All right, guys, go ahead and fire away.
So, George, this is a little bit of a homecoming for you, if you will. You kind of remember playing or watching the Colts on TV when you moved to Indiana?
Yeah, I mean, I was basically growing up, moved to Indiana. I was like 13 years old, but definitely, that's kind of like the home, Indiana's team, if you will, and yeah, definitely watch them and all that stuff. So it'll be cool to play there.
Was that kind of like watching your introduction to football, and then as you started playing football?
No, I mean, I'd say that was more Purdue for me at least. I just knew of the Colts, wasn't a huge fan or anything like that. Just a Purdue fan. When I moved to Indiana, started watching football, so that's about it.
Did you ever go to a game there?
I've gone to one, or no, I've gone to two. Yeah, I've gone to two.
Yeah. How old were you? Do you remember the games? Anything?
Last year.
Oh, just last year.
Went to the Buccaneers game last year, and I think I went to the Jets game like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What kind of loss is Dana not being available this week?
Come again?
What kind of loss is Mike Dana just not being
I
available?
mean, it's a huge loss, but our mentality is next man up always. Mike brings a lot of things to the table. He's very versatile. He's a great player, and can do a lot of things for us and help us win. But just like I said, it's next man up.
Back to talk. Even when you have some success in games, you're walking up to him, telling him what you did wrong. I guess since you've become a pro, what have you really learned about yourself and ways to grow?
Just all about consistency. It's all about a routine and being consistent. Doing the same things each and every day, and never getting worse. It's always about getting better in one way, shape, or form. That's really what it's all about. Just being consistent in your technique and what you bring to the table and your energy level each and every day. And that's hard. That's hard. That's easier said than done. So, all about consistency at this level.
The Colts have a really good offensive line, but last week they gave up 5 sacks. Might have been circumstantial, right? They were behind and had to throw the ball a bunch. But does this look like when you prepare for an offensive line and a quarterback and a set of receivers that you guys should be able to get some pressure on? Then
yeah, I mean,
get to the quarterback.
Yeah, I think when you talk about the Colts, you got to bring up their running back first. It's so a lot of attention on actually really both their backs. They have really two talented backs really that we've watched on tape, and that's where it all starts for them. It starts with their run game, and for us, it's all about stopping that and then getting to third down and stopping their passing attack. So we're really focused on stopping the run and then getting to the quarterback. And I think we have little packages and little things that we'll be able to do that when the time comes. But it all starts with stopping the run.
Did you, in Big Ten times, did you play against Taylor when he was at Wisconsin?
I played once. I played against him once. Yeah, my freshman year.
We were talking to Leo in the locker room the other day. He said in practice they didn't allow him to tackle him. Did you have any times you remember tackling him in the game? He have a big game against you?
I recovered a fumble against him. He tackled me. I'd never tackled him, but he tackled me.
What was that play? He tackled you. You recovered from tackled you. You're just like, wow.
Yeah, we forced the fumble on the other side. He fumbled it, and I scooped it, and then he tackled me from behind. Yeah.
He was able
I
to
never.
catch you?
Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of trying to get the ball more than anything. I was
You
a
weren't
freshman.
fully running yet. You never
Yeah,
were
right.
running.
He was close enough, and yeah. I didn't tackle him, but he tackled me. So, interesting.
How many people will be there Sunday, George, to sort of watch you?
A lot, just my family alone, probably like 25 or so. And then I'll have like my high school coaches, I think my college coaches and friends and stuff. They'll have practice, So definitely a lot of people, a lot of friends, family, that sort of stuff. And they'll be excited to see me. I haven't seen them for quite some time, so it'll be cool.
Have your folks gotten a chance to see you in person yet?
Yeah,
first 2 games?
my mom was here last game, and she came to Arizona too. So that she's been coming to games and stuff.
Have they all fully converted to Chiefs fans now? Even the guys who aren't your family, probably grew up Colts fans and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean a lot of them are still Colts fans, but they'll support me. I think they're more George fans than anything, So.
What are the conversations like, and how proud are they of you with your just initial year in the NFL?
I mean it's still pretty early. I don't really ask them about how they feel like I'm doing. Because they'll always say, yeah, you're doing great and this and that, but I'm not doing it to impress them. So it's not. I don't really concern myself with that.
Yeah. George, in terms of like your guys' scheme so far, you guys have been successful running stunts. And just how often did you do that at Purdue, and why do you think it's been so successful for you guys so far?
Stunt like what kind of stunts are you talking about? Are you talking about in the pass and the run?
Yeah, against the pass.
Against the pass, I mean, I don't know how many stunts we've truly done. We do them as a switch up, you know. Some at Purdue, it was a little tough, you know, for us because we would run a lot of stunts, but then I felt like they keyed in on me, you know, particularly. So we try to do stuff to free me up a lot. So I wasn't running as many stunts. It was more like end of the game, and I'd come free, you know, just because we were low on sleep, and they'd do it with the other guys, and they'd run it with me, and then I'd get a couple quarterback hits late in the game. You know, had a good one against Iowa when we beat them. You know, but yeah, I mean, it's been good, you know, rushing with guys like Chris and Frank and Carlos and, you know, like Churk and Mike and everyone that gets in there. You know, it's great, and they do a great job freeing me up, and I hope they'd say the same thing about me.
Great, thanks, George.
Yeah, thanks, guys.